Somewhere right now, an operator is moving through the dark where no one else can go. No cameras, no headlines, just the mission. The United States has the most elite special operations forces on the entire planet. And most people cannot name even half of them. Today, we break them all down. Every unit, every mission, every secret. Let us start at the top. The United States Special Operations Command, US SOCOM, the organization that controls all of them. Approximately 70,000 personnel, active duty, reserve, and civilian, all under one command, all ready to move anywhere on Earth. First unit, the United States Army Rangers, the 75th Ranger Regiment. These are the rapid strike force of the Army. Rangers can deploy anywhere in the world within 18 hours. They specialize in raids, airfield seizure, and direct action missions. To become a Ranger, you must pass the Ranger Assessment and Selection Program, then earn the Ranger Tab at Ranger School, one of the hardest courses in the US military. But Rangers are just the beginning, because next come the Green Berets, and they operate on a completely different level. US Army Special Forces, the Green Berets, established in 1952, the original special operations force in the entire United States military. Green Berets have 5 core missions: unconventional warfare, foreign internal defense, direct action, counterterrorism, and special reconnaissance. What makes Green Berets unique is that they do not just fight. They train entire armies of foreign soldiers in countries most people have never heard of. There are 5 active duty special forces groups, each assigned to a different region of the world. They are always deployed somewhere. Now, the unit that changed the game in naval warfare, the United States Navy SEALs. Sea, air, land. 3 words that say everything. Navy SEALs were established in 1962 by President John F. Kennedy. They operate in environments where conventional forces simply cannot go. To become a SEAL, you must survive BUD/S, basic underwater demolition and SEAL training. The dropout rate is over 80%. Hell Week, 5.5 days, nearly no sleep, constant cold, constant movement. Around 80% of candidates quit. Those who survive earn the SEAL Trident, one of the most recognized military badges in the world. But above even the regular SEALs, there is a unit so classified that the government barely acknowledges it exists. We are talking about SEAL Team 6, also known as DEVGRU. DEVGRU, the Naval Special Warfare Development Group, the most elite counterterrorism unit in the United States Navy. DEVGRU is part of the Joint Special Operations Command, JSOC, the most secretive and lethal command structure in the United States military. Now we get to the unit that almost every special operations soldier knows about, but nobody talks about. Delta Force. 1st Special Forces Operational Detachment Delta. Known as Delta Force, or CAG, the Combat Applications Group, the Army's premier counterterrorism unit. Delta Force was established in 1977, modeled after the British SAS. It recruits almost exclusively from the Ranger Regiment and Special Forces groups. The selection process for Delta is considered the most demanding in the United States Army. The exact pass rate is classified. Now let us talk about the unit that flies them all in, the 161st Special Operations Aviation Regiment, known as the Night Stalkers. The Night Stalkers' motto is "Night Stalkers don't quit." They insert and extract special operations teams in conditions where no other aviation unit will fly. The Night Stalkers were the unit that flew the mission into Abbottabad. They flew modified stealth helicopters and brought the team in and out without detection. Now the Air Force side, Air Force Special Operations Command, AFSOC. These are the Air Force operators who go into the fight on the ground. Combat controllers. These are Air Force operators who parachute in ahead of everyone else to set up airfields and call in air support in the middle of a firefight. And then there are the para-rescuemen, PJs. These operators jump into the most dangerous places on Earth specifically to rescue people. The PJ motto, that others may live. These are some of the most highly trained medical operators in the world. They fight to reach you, and they fight to keep you alive. Now the Marines, Marine Forces Special Operations Command, MARSOC, established in 2006. The newest branch of the Special Operations family. Marine Raiders are critical skills operators. They conduct direct action, special reconnaissance, and foreign internal defense, just like the Green Berets, but with the Marine Corps intensity. MARSOC has approximately 3,500 personnel, small but incredibly capable, and they are growing. Then there is Marine Force Recon, not MARSOC, a separate unit. Force Recon Marines are the eyes and ears of the Marine commanders deep behind enemy lines. Now back to the Navy. The Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewmen, SWCC. The boat operators who insert and extract SEALs from the water. SWCC operators are not SEALs, but they train alongside SEALs and their missions are just as dangerous. They operate in rivers, coastlines, and open water in denied areas. Now the unit that nobody expects is Special Operations, the Army Civil Affairs. These soldiers build trust in foreign countries by solving problems that bullets cannot fix. And then there is Psychological Operations, PSYOP. These soldiers are information warfare specialists. Their weapon is the human mind. The 4th Psychological Operations Group is the premier PSYOP force. They deliver targeted information to exploit vulnerabilities in the minds of adversaries. Now let us talk about what it actually takes to get into any of these units, because not everyone who wants in gets in. Every Special Operations unit has its own selection process, but they all share one thing in common. They are designed to find the 1% who will not stop no matter what. Green Beret selection is called SFAS, Special Forces Assessment and Selection. 3 weeks, no information on where you stand. Mental and physical pressure simultaneously. After SFAS comes the Q course, the Special Forces Qualification Course. 18 months to 2 years of training before you earn the Green Beret. Every Green Beret must master a specialty: weapons, medical, communications, engineering, or intelligence operations. Now let us talk about real missions. In October 2001, Green Berets and CIA operators were the first Americans on the ground in Afghanistan, on horseback. Within weeks, they dismantled the Taliban government with nothing but lasers, radios, local fighters, and air power called in from horseback. In April 2009, Navy SEALs rescued Captain Richard Phillips from Somali pirates. 3 simultaneous shots from moving boats. 3 targets eliminated. In January 2012, DEVGRU operators parachuted into Somalia at night and rescued 2 hostages in a daring raid. No American casualties. These are not just stories. These are the results of years and years of training, selection, and sacrifice that most people never see. Now let us talk about what separates special operations from conventional forces. It is not just the training, it is the mindset. Special operations soldiers are trained to think, to adapt, to make decisions under pressure when no officer is standing beside them telling them what to do. Now, one more unit that deserves its own spotlight: the Intelligence Support Activity, ISA, also called the Activity, or the Army of Northern Virginia. ISA conducts human intelligence and signals intelligence to support JSOC missions. They go in before Delta and DEVGRU to find the target. Nobody knows who they are. Here is something most people do not know. Special operations forces from different branches work together constantly. Joint operations are the standard, not the exception. A typical JSOC raid might include Delta Force operators on the ground, DEVGRU snipers on overwatch, Night Stalker helicopters in the air, and combat controllers calling in air support, all at once. The whole system is a machine. Every unit has a specific role, and when they all work together, the result is something no enemy on Earth is prepared for. Let us talk about what life is like after special operations, because these soldiers carry their training with them long after they take the uniform off. Former SOF operators go into federal law enforcement, CIA, private security, contracting, and leadership roles across industries. The skills never expire. Now let us rank them, not by who is toughest, but by their mission scope and global reach, because every single unit on this list is elite. Rangers, the largest SOF combat unit, the most deployable, the force that opens the door for everyone else. Green Berets, the most versatile force, soldiers, diplomats, teachers, and fighters all in one, operating in every region of the world simultaneously. Navy SEALs, masters of the maritime environment, the most recognized special operations brand in the world. DEVGRU and Delta Force, the tip of the spear, the last resort, called in when no other option exists and failure is not acceptable. The 161st Night Stalkers, the force that makes everything else possible. Without them, many of the most important missions in US history never happen. Every one of these units exists because of the people who chose the hardest path, who signed up not for easy, but for meaningful. These men and women protect Americans every day in ways that never make the news, in places that never appear on a map, and the training never truly stops. Even the most experienced operators spend more time preparing than they do executing missions. That is the complete picture of United States Special Operations Forces. From the Rangers who hit fast to the ISA operatives who no one ever sees. Every unit is different. Every mission is different. But the standard of excellence is the same across all of them. If you are thinking about joining special operations, understand this. The physical part is hard, but the mental part is what breaks most people. The candidates who make it are not always the biggest or the fastest. They are the ones who simply refused to stop. That is the spirit of every special operations force in the United States military. Not strength alone, will. Somewhere right now, every single one of these units is active, training, deployed, ready, protecting a country that will never know their names. That is every US Special Operations Force explained. Drop a comment below. Which unit surprised you the most? If this video taught you something new, hit that like button right now. It only takes 1 second and it helps this channel reach more people. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a deep dive into the world of military forces and elite careers. New videos every week. And share this video with someone who needs to see it. A future operator, a proud American, or anyone who wants to understand the real price of freedom. See you in the next one.